Namaste. When I first started Alpha Mind Power in 2000, I used to teach Alpha meditation and how at that level the subconscious mind opens and how we can visualize our goals when the subconscious mind is open and achieve many things in life. At that time, 20 years back, this concept itself was a little bit new to many people. And many of them used to always ask me, if we can achieve everything with Alpha meditation, then what about karma? All of us are carrying karma. So if everything is possible with Alpha, then what happens to the karma? This used to be a question which came up very often. And I used to convince them with so many answers. But recently, I happened to watch a few episodes of Sri Krishna. Because of this lockdown period, it's possible to watch this serial. And I'm really enjoying. First it was Ramayana, now it is Sri Krishna. In this, the few episodes that I saw in this week, last 2-3 days, it was about the friendship between Sri Krishna and his friend Sudama. Both of them studied in a Gurukul when they were younger. At that time they became great friends, and after that they parted and each went on his own way. They never met after that. And now when the serial is happening, when the episode was happening, Sri Krishna one day, he sits in the middle of the night and he plays on his flute. I'm explaining this episode to you because it gives a very good answer to that question which I brought up about karma. So Sri Krishna is playing on his flute and a very melancholy tune. And on his face also you can see a great sadness. With that sadness he is playing on the flute. And sincerely that tune was such that if you listen to it without any reason, tears start flowing in the eyes. Such a melancholy, sad tune. And Rukmani, his wife, she wakes up hearing this music and she comes to Sri Krishna. She looks at him and says, why are you looking so sad today? And why are you playing such a sad tune? Is something wrong with one of your devotees? Something bad happening somewhere? What is making you so sad? Then Sri Krishna says, yes, it is about one devotee and you can see him. He says, he is a great friend of mine. So Rukmani also is able to see Sudama. And then they show us Sudama. Sudama is a Pandit and is in the grip of poverty, we can say. He's got 4 children, very thin, very undernourished children, and his wife is there. And absolute poverty in the house, no food at all for the past 2 days, only the children were fed something. Both these people, husband and wife, had nothing to eat in 2 days. That is the condition that they show. And in the night, the children are sleeping, his wife is also sleeping. At that time, Sudama gets up and probably he is feeling hungry. He goes and searches one by one, whatever pots are there, he takes out each pot and looks into the pot, mud pots. Nothing is there in any pot. Finally, in one pot, he discovers 1 grain of rice. With his fingers, very carefully, he picks up that 1 grain of rice. He breaks it into 2 pieces, 2 halves. And 1 half he keeps on a small leaf and keeps it near his wife because that is her share. She has also not eaten anything for 2 days. Then the other half, which is his portion, he keeps on another small leaf. And there is a small idol of Krishna in the house, a very old one. So he goes to that idol and offers this half grain of rice to Krishna. At that time the wife wakes up, she sees what is happening and she comes up and says, why are you offering this half grain to Krishna? Is Krishna starving? Does he not have food? Do you have to offer this? Then Sudama replies saying, it's not that he doesn't have anything to eat. But when I offer this to him, if he eats this and if he feels full, then everybody on this earth will feel full. That is the reason I am offering it to Krishna. So that is what he is saying. And here Krishna shows this scene to Rukmani and says, see how he is devoted to me, but look at his situation, look at his poverty. Then Rukmani looks at it and she is a little bit surprised. She looks at Krishna and says, you're feeling so bad for your friend, but can you not help him? You're just watching. Can you not help him? Can you not erase this poverty for him? Then Krishna says, definitely I can do it in the blink of an eyelid. Definitely. But Sudama is not turning towards me. Sudama is not asking me for help. At that time, they once again look at Sudama. There his wife is asking him, she says, if Sri Krishna is your dearest friend and he is also the Bhagavan, the God, then why can't you go to him and ask for some help? How long can we suffer like this? At that time, Sudama replies, he says, if Sri Krishna was only the Bhagavan, if he was only the God, I would have definitely asked him for help. But he is also my friend. How can I go and ask my friend for any help? So then the wife doesn't say anything. So Sri Krishna points this out to Rukmani and he says, you see how he is talking. There is that little bit of ego. He does not want to ask me. He wants to go through his karma as it is. But if he only turns towards me and one word, if he asks me for help, I would erase all his poverty and I can change his life completely. After that, what happens is a long story. Then finally, because his wife persuades him, Sudama comes to Krishna. And the moment he begins his journey, Krishna himself goes, helps him through the journey. That is a story. But the point which I wanted to bring to you is that Sri Krishna is looking at Sudama's suffering, but he is waiting for him to ask for help. Even he is not able to help without Sudama turning towards him. And that is what we do in Alpha. When we practice Alpha meditation and when the subconscious mind is open, we are connected with the universal energy, we are connected with God. God and universal energy are all the same. And there, when we visualize what we want, we are asking the universal energy to create this for us in life. We are asking God that this is what I want in my life. And God and the universal energy will be so happy to grant us whatever we ask for. But that asking has to be done by us. That effort we have to make. That clarity has to be there in the mind. That is why I always say, at the Alpha level, visualize your goals with total clarity. Whatever you want in life, ask. And when you ask in Alpha, it becomes very powerful. And that is the purpose of Alpha meditation.